Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, yo, hey, 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 yo. Hey, yo. Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, everyone. As we spend another week staying home, and we hope your family is all safe and well. You know, they say stories through challenging times can be universally healing. Well, we hope the stories we bring you can do just that and provide a little escape for you and your families as we are all huddled together. Tonight's show with Lynn, Smokey, Hart was filmed Tuesday. So sit back and enjoy tonight's show on Live with Kyle and Alex.
Guys, welcome to Live with Kyle and Alex. Alex, how's it going tonight?
Great. Show is going to be good tonight. We have an interesting man tonight. He does a lot of stuff. We have Mr. Lynn Smokey Hart. The man is a Sioux Indian. He's into politics. He's a stunt person. He's just a wonderful guy that's done a ton of things.
Guys, welcome to Live with Kyle
have
and
to
Alex.
listen
Alex,
to this
how's it going
man.
tonight?
He's a great man, done a lot of stuff. Lynn, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, hey. How you doing, guys?
Good, how are
Talk
you?
to me, somebody. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Alex? How you
What's
doing,
up,
man?
what's up?
All right.
You know, I tell you, you have done so much, Lynn, and you are still doing. I don't know where to start here. I have a ton of notes here, and I don't know where to start. I'm just gonna have. My mind is blown with all the stuff you've done. I just gotta say, Lynn, tell me something. Where do you want to start and just go?
Well, probably from the beginning.
Yeah, tell us about yourself from the beginning.
All right. My mother's a full-blooded Yankton Sioux here in South Dakota, and then my dad was black. So she met my dad at Rapid City at Ellsworth Air Force Base, and next thing you know, I came out a Black Indian.
Oh.
And so yeah, they call me the Indian of South Dakota. Indian, Black Indian, yeah. And because it's kind of cool, because I tell everybody, it says half of me was brought here on a slave ship, the other half was already here.
I love it.
Yeah.
What you gonna do with me, America? Neither one of us were immigrants.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, then I was placed in a foster home at 3 days of age. No name, no nothing. See, back in the 60s when I was born in 1960, but there's still quite a bit of racism going on back then. And I think my mom protected me because even Indian way, if you went full blood, you know, it wasn't good. And so she wanted me not to be raised like that. So as a result, I ended up being raised in an all German town. And that's why my middle name was Alfers, because the lady that adopted me, her name was Elizabeth Alfers. And I grew up sauerkraut and all that, you know, and speaking German. But yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm a true. I mean, when they said milk the pot, I mean, my kids now, I got 4 kids that are half German, quarter Sioux, and quarter black. There goes the neighborhood.
Oh, exactly. That's definitely your neighborhood.
Yeah. But I guess that's kind of where it took off. And I ended up being adopted and lived in a foster home for the first 10 years of my life in Chancellor, like I said. And then my foster mother passed away, and I ended up being taken out of my 5th grade class and stuck on a plane in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. and I ended up in Washington, D.C.,
Oh,
where I've never seen a black person in my whole life.
ow.
And that was a culture shock.
I bet.
Wow.
Definitely.
And so, you know, it was pretty fascinating because I was raised in the church and all that, and I had fallen out with Jesus Christ, you know. But he told me on the way, he said, "Hey, Lynn, there's some things I need you to do for me." And so if you do these things for me, the older you get, the easier your life will be. And come to find out, as my life progressed, my job is to bring people together, not apart.
Right.
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 Wow.
So, how did you get into bull riding and equestrian horses and stuff? And bulls, or should I
Well,
say
when
bulls and horses?
well, I mean, I rodeoed professionally for 20 years, and I was a rodeo bull rider. And then I got hurt really bad at a rodeo, and all Indian rodeo in South Dakota, or up in North Dakota, excuse me. And the bullfighter never showed up. But anyway, so they said, "Lynn, you know, you're pretty athletic. Why don't you jump out there?" And I said, "I don't think so." But I did, and it came natural. And next thing you know, I do have a sense of humor, so I started entertaining, you know, telling jokes and making people at the rodeo laugh that weren't planning on laughing or whatever it was. And then my job was, once the bull rider, I'm sure you've seen the PBR and things like that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, I protected the bull riders, and my dad owned the all-black rodeo called the Bill Pickett Invitational out of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
We're the only all-black touring rodeo in the United States of America, and I worked for him for about 12 years, and they're still going. It's the 36th anniversary of us. We've been going since 1983. So we're the only all-touring black rodeo, and you know, I've worked for 72 stock contractors in my career, and been all around the United States, and oh yeah, I was in the Marine Corps too. I forgot to tell you that, but I don't know. I'm not very good at talking about myself sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I understand it's the Martin Luther King Rodeo Champion. Is that you are Martin Luther King Rodeo Champion, or is that just the name of the?
Well, they have a rodeo every year in Denver, Colorado, on Dr. King's birthday. But the reason how I ended up, let's see, in 1990 here in South Dakota. See, South Dakota is one of the last 4 states in the union that failed to recognize Dr. Martin Luther King as a non-working holiday. It was South Dakota, Utah, New Hampshire, and Arizona. Then in I think it was 92, the Super Bowl was supposed to be in Arizona, and they lost the Super Bowl, obviously, over it, because the brothers said they ain't gonna play, so I went to Minneapolis that year. But anyways, I convinced by myself. I've never been in the state capital of South Dakota, and I drove through a blizzard. It was 25 degrees below zero. It was a ground blizzard, and once again, I was the only one there to testify. And I was telling South Dakota that, you know, you got Mount Rushmore in your backyard, and Thomas Jefferson basically says that all men are created equal, and you guys are being hypocrites. I says, if you don't believe in that, then blow that mountain up or move it to a state that does. And so, in a nutshell, because South Dakota is all Republican state, and you know, and it's very racist up here against American Indians, Sioux Nation. You have Russell Means, you have AIM, you had back in the 70s, Leonard Peltier, who's still in prison for killing FBI agents, so they say. But things are they getting better? Yes and no, because now we're dealing with the pipeline. You know, the Standing Rock issue.
What is that? What exactly is the pipeline?
The KXL pipeline. They're wanting to bring it through South Dakota to bring the oil from Canada down to Texas.
Right.
But we don't want it around because we have the Missouri River up here, and if that pipe leaks, and which it has already, not in the river, but it's broken other places, and we just don't want it in our aquifer. And a lot of people don't realize the Ogallala Aquifer feeds pretty much the western hemisphere of the United States.
Wow.
Mhm.
So, what are you doing right now?
Oh, right now I'm coming back. Well, I was buying some meat.
Oh,
My friend of mine does, because the meat shortage is going to be happening here shortly. We just went and
Mhm.
butchered a cow.
Right.
oh,
Okay. Yeah.
So I was just
wow.
driving home and putting it in the cooler or the freezer or there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I see you were kind of good friends with Mr. Barack Obama, eh?
Oh yeah. But let me get back to this before I get to that. What happened is that when I got done testifying in Pier
Mhm.
in 1990, which will be 30 years celebrated this year, Governor Mickelson at that time. See, not only did I get the King holiday passed, I walked in with nothing and walked out in one day with the Martin Luther King holiday and the first Native American Day in the United States of America.
Wow.
Oh, really?
So then I got a call a year later from Coretta Scott King telling me that I was nominated to receive the national making of the King Holiday Award.
Ah, okay.
So I'm the youngest recipient in history to ever receive that. There was one of 7 that year that I got.
That's quite an honor.
So that was like, to me, was the greatest thing that ever happened, because I see people that have all these other things in their lives and whatever, but to be one of 7 in the world to get that award from Coretta Scott King, the national award, was
Right.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Obama.
Yes.
Yeah, I was back here in South Dakota, and somehow or another he heard about me or something like that, and he wanted to meet me. They had a veterans deal in Sioux Falls, so Nat Love was his name. No, not Nat. His right hand guy, his last name is Reggie Love. That was his name. He had emailed me and asked me to meet him in Sioux Falls.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
I went to Sioux Falls for a pancake feed, and I met Barack, and that was in 2008, 7, I think, when he was running. Yeah, 2007. So then we just kind of hit it off, because I told him when I first met him, I said, you're 6 months younger than I am.
Oh, Barack is.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
and and so I told him, I says, Indian way, I'm your elder, and don't you ever forget that. See, I mean, it was like, we just hit it off because we have kind of the same type of humor, so to speak. We're not trying to be funny, but people think we're funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Exactly, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been truly blessed. I ain't gonna lie. And then I've been blessed. I did a couple movies like you. I was in.
Yeah. As a matter,
I was with Tony Brubaker. We did. He was my stunt coordinator. We did Buffalo Soldiers with Danny
yes.
Glover,
As a
and
Wow.
matter
then
of fact, I had to wear my Buffalo Soldier shirt.
oh
Yeah,
oh
as a Buffalo
oh
Soldier shirt. Actually, my,
oh,
my uncle was a Buffalo Soldier. So I said, I'm going to put on my Buffalo Soldiers for Lynn here. You
oh
did
man, that's sweet.
you did
Yeah,
stunts
man.
on that. You were you a stunt man on Buffalo
Yeah,
Soldiers or both?
I did
Yeah.
stunts in that one, and I also did stunts in um uh, the Cherokee Kid with Sinbad.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I was Ernie Hudson's stunt double.
Ernie Hudson, great guy. I've worked with him
Yeah,
several times. Yeah.
yeah.
Ernie's a great guy.
But
Wonderful.
yeah,
How
I train a lot of horses. I'm a horse person.
there you
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
How many bones did you break doing stunts?
Mm.
How many bones?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Really?
Oh
Thank
no.
God.
No.
Yeah.
I was. I mean, the all the damage I got in my body is from rodeo, from fighting bulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I didn't. No, I learned how to tuck and roll at a young age.
Yeah, that tuck and roll. I remember that. I remember that. Doing my little
But
stunt days.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, and I mean, I mean, when I was out in L.A., I mean, of course, I'm in South Dakota. There's only 700,000 people in the whole state.
South Dakota?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, we got more cows and horses than we do people here.
Wow. So I have to apologize because we were supposed to do this earlier and I forgot the time zone, and we really messed up the time zone. Said I'm going to call you at 3, and then realized it's 5 for us. It's 1 o'clock for us, and 3 there. And we really got messed up, and I have to apologize for that. But
that's fine. That's fine. I understand. And I guess one of my most greatest feats, physical feats, was. Do you remember they had the Lewis and Clark expedition, the bicentennial, back in 2004?
Yes.
I portrayed York.
Oh, really?
And I rode a horse across the Rocky Mountains, paddled the Yellowstone, did a whole trip all the way up to Fort Clatsop and back to St. Louis.
Wow, how long was that?
That was a 3-year journey.
Holy crap!
Whoa!
Yeah, we did everywhere they were at during the journals. That's where we were at the same time.
Did you love it?
Did I love it?
Yeah.
It was like being a rock star on the river.
Rock star in the river. Yeah, the fish want autographs and stuff. Fish
it's crazy. I mean,
it's great. Rock star.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, people were all up and down the river. I mean, I mean, you name it, we did it.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing about it was though we took the keelboat up. There was all motorized. We had to wear life jackets under our clothing and stuff. That's the difference. But you could be out there on that Missouri River and nothing changed in 200 years.
Wow.
Because you didn't see no people, you didn't see no fences, you didn't. I mean, it was just wow. Same sky, everything. It was very spiritual, I should say.
I've often wondered about South Dakota.
When you coming?
Yeah, let's meet up. Let's have some fun.
I'm threatening to. I'm threatening to make it. Hopefully me, Kyle, and I can bring the show down there. But we're threatening. I'm threatening to come there.
Well, I'd love to introduce you to my people.
Oh, would love to do it. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Sioux Nation, love to meet you.
Yeah, because I went to the Navajo reservation quite a bit. I was invited to the inauguration of president of the Navajo Nation. I can't.
Shirley?
What's his name?
Was it Shirley?
Years back.
Shirley?
Does that ring a bell? This was about maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, I don't know who it'd been then, but
yeah, I can't think of the name right now. But that was quite an adventure. But I love the Navajo Nation, but I've never been on the Sioux.
Well, there's Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota.
Yeah.
There's 9 different reservations of the Sioux Nation in South Dakota and North Dakota.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now is that a place that? Well, I guess it's not like a metropolis or anything like that. But how's the living there? For a city man from Los Angeles like me.
How's the weather?
Well, it depends about what time of year you're coming. You can come anytime from end of May to I'd have to say September. You're good. It's nice, and then fall's nice, but
because it's 100 degrees here.
Yeah.
Right now it is there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no, it's probably about 60 right here right now, but it's been raining all day.
So how's the winters? Snowy?
Oh yeah, they can get rugged. You can get down to 40 below and
below.
Blizzard. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I've been in South Dakota. It's been 80 below zero with the wind chill factor.
Wait. Did you say 80 below?
Yeah, with the wind chill factor.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that all the time, but I mean, it's like it can get that cold.
Okay. Oh yeah.
How far?
I mean, what's that?
I said, how far are you from Mount Rushmore?
I am on the other side of the state. I'm just north of Sioux Falls right now. I'm on the Santee Sioux Indian Reservation in Flandreau right now. My reservation is the Yankton Sioux, which is probably about an hour and a half south to me. And then I got another reservation, the Santee Oyate, which is probably about 80 miles north of me. So there's 3 reservations on this side, 2 in the middle. You have Crow Creek and you have Lower Brew on the Missouri River. Then down you have Rosebud, and then you have Pine Ridge, Ogallala, and then you have Standing Rock. and then you have Cheyenne River, right on the river. Most of them are on the river.
Oh, okay.
Never been to South Dakota. Never
Yeah.
been that way. So.
But
Well, you know, first time for everything, Kyle.
at 40 below, I don't think I'd be coming in the
Oh,
winter.
hell. Oh, no. You know what? You know what I found out about you guys?
What's that?
You guys interviewed a brother of mine,
Who's that?
Who's that?
Andre McLean.
Andre McLean.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, he used to be a
Dude.
bullfighter for the All Black Rodeo.
He's a brother. He's a brother to you?
Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I'm talking
Well,
about he
Kyle
was a
don't get it.
rodeo
Friendships.
clown.
Kyle
The
doesn't
rodeo
get that
clown.
name, brother. He doesn't get it. The name
Well,
brother.
I'm talking
throws him off.
we did the same thing for the rodeo.
Yeah.
that's what- He was a rodeo clown before he worked for Ringling Brothers and Brennan Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the first equestrian ringmasters with built to amaze. I have a picture of him in my wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre.
That's hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, he's well, we call him Rodeo Dad. His name was Lou Bassan, who started out of Denver,
Mhm.
Colorado, who started the All Black Rodeo.
Mhm.
And Lou was a concert promoter out of Denver and quite influential in Black history. Matter of fact, he's the guy that taught me. He was my Black father. I got an Indian father, Black father, white father, and you know, I had to, because I was raised in foster home. I had to learn to be Black and I had to learn to be Indian. I already knew how to be white. I'm telling you, I did.
Kyle can teach you that, though.
What?
I could probably do it better than he can. I'm telling you, Kyle, I'll come see you. I'll come see you because it's kind of funny because you know where you're right there in Tucson.
I am.
When we did Buffalo Soldiers, we were staying in Benson, Arizona.
Okay, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
And we filmed it right there, Tucson,
Mhm.
Benson area.
That's coming up. Well, we drove through it going down to Douglas, Alex.
Ah, okay.
So
Yeah.
that's right in that area.
Mhm.
Do you still talk to Andre?
I got his phone number. He called me. He was up in South Dakota doing some circuses last summer, and I
Really?
couldn't get with him. Yeah, but he called
Man.
me, and
We should get him on the show, Alex.
Absolutely. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That'd be a
I'll give you
fun
his-
one. Man, I haven't talked to that guy forever.
well, yeah, I'll give you his phone number.
Mhm.
I've
Great.
got him on
got it.
Facebook, but that's about it.
Yeah.
No, I
You got
his cell
Obama's
number.
too?
No, I don't have. I lost his number.
Darn.
I understand you're campaigning for Joe Biden.
Yeah, I'm a national delegate for him here in South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Wow. How's that going?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Our primary is June 2nd,
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
but it's gonna go well. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you have to do for that?
Well, I don't know. Well, they're supposed to have the Democratic convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but
Oh, okay.
because of this coronavirus, I don't even know if they're going to have it.
Oh, yeah.
And being how Bernie Sanders backed out,
Mhm.
what's the use in having one?
Right. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with this with this coronavirus. A lot of things you're not having, and probably a lot of things they won't have anymore because of
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it's just like and then I just got inducted into the to the Black Cowboy Hall of Fame down in Fort Worth, July 25th down in Fort Worth. Is supposed to be inducted, me and Oba Babatunde and
Oh yes. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. We
Wait, when is this?
July 24th.
Is it still happening?
Yeah, they're gonna have a rodeo at the Fort Worth Stockyards. I'll text you a poster.
Oh,
Oh
God.
yeah,
times
Alex,
and
let's go.
dates.
Yes.
And you guys
love it.
should come. You guys should
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could have a great time down there.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Never been to Texas. That'd be a new one as well.
Yeah, and it's all black rodeo.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Be the only white guy there.
Yeah.
Well, that then,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
I was raised a flake of pepper in a salt shaker, and then you would feel like a grain of salt in a pepper shaker.
There you go. Kyle will
It's
love
all
it.
good, brother. It's all good, Kyle. It's
Yeah,
all
Kyle
good.
will
Man.
love it. He'll love it. He'll
Oh
love it.
yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, for
So
sure.
how did you become in the movie business? How did that all get started for you? From
Well, I
going
was
from
doing
rodeo.
a rodeo in Los Angeles, All Black Rodeo at the LA Equestrian Center. And Ernie and Tony Brubaker and Paris
Barkley, not Paris.
Barkley. Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
Paris
he
Barkley.
he was a director.
All right.
And then of course Glenn Turman was there.
Glenn
and Reginald
Turman,
T.
right? That's the
Dorsey.
name I
Yeah.
was thinking. Glenn
To
is
me,
always
Glenn.
doing the, yeah, he's always doing the equestrian thing at
Yeah,
the
him and Reginald T. Dorsey.
yes. Yeah.
And see, Glenn and Reggie were in my wedding. They came to South Dakota. Yeah, Glenn.
Mhm.
Yeah, Glenn. GT and I are really good friends.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, it just went from there. You know, being the rodeo clown, the bullfighter, everybody gets to know you. And I mean, other people can tell stories about me, but I forget more stories than I can remember. But I've had a fascinating and a blessed life.
Yes, you have. It's like I said at the beginning of this. I said, Lynn has done a lot of things. We just need to sit back and listen to it. It's so fascinating, man.
You know what? That's really interesting they said, because the older I get, I mean, I try to stay humble too. And then when you practice humbleness, you forget who you are sometimes. Like oh yeah, people, Lynn, remember when you did this? Oh geez, I forgot. You know, I don't even. So that's my main goal, is just to stay humble. But
right. So what is that award you got from Stevie Wonder? He gave you an award, Stevie Wonder.
It was well, Stevie and Curtis Scott King gave it to me.
Okay, right.
I got it at the National Rayburn Senate building from Curtis Scott King and Stevie Wonder. And William Sessions was the director of the FBI under the Clinton administration. So they presented it to me, and yeah. And then that was kind of cool, because Stevie and I became really good friends. And then the guy that is his adjutant or takes care of him, he raises cattle. And so him and Ron, somebody, I can't remember, but we just got talking cattle all the time, which, you know, that's right up my alley. You know?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You know? I feel more comfortable in a cell barn than I do in any place else, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Tony Brubaker called our attention to you, and he was not fibbing. He told the truth. He said, you gotta talk to this guy. And I said, yes, you got some information on there. When I talked to you and got your information, I went, wow. So, yeah, it's definitely a pleasure to sit up in here with you, man. It really is. You know, so honestly, you're doing some drug prevention also? Is that just on the nation, or you just on the reservation, I should say?
Well, meth has been a problem.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's been a scourge, but
yeah,
you know, people forget. You know, that's why I decided to come back to South Dakota and live on the reservation, because you know, sometimes you gotta live low to fly high.
Yeah.
Lynn, I got a present for you too. I got a picture after you guys got done speaking, but.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, you oh, there he is.
There's your Andre McLean.
Yeah, you got it, brother. There he is.
Yeah.
Heck
I had to grab,
yeah,
after he said his name, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So
Kyle looked like he was about 10 years old there, right?
That was back in like what, 2012
really?
or 2013, one of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his life is phenomenal too, man.
Really? Andres?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, another thing I'm really appreciative of, the fact that I am honored here. Okay. I'm looking at what's happening here. And when we talk to you on the phone, Lynn says, he just pulled over. He's on the way somewhere. I think he's on the way home. And he pulled on the side to talk to us. And he's sitting on the side of the road talking to us. That is such a wonderful thing that you would take the time out of where you were going home, no less, to pull
Yeah.
over and talk to us. Lynn, that is hey, that is an amazing gift for our show, for you to have to think that much of us, for you to pull on the side of the road to talk to us and take your time out on the way
Well,
home to talk to us.
I appreciate you guys having me. It's
Yeah.
not every day I get to talk to people in Tucson.
Yeah, well, when Tony first proposed it to us, I was like, it sounded like oh, what happened there? It sounded like he was in Arizona. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't realize you're in South Dakota at all whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's how we got mixed up with the time zones and everything. But like you said, here you're in South Dakota, and a couple of weeks ago, we talked with an actor, producer friend of mine, lives in Dubai, and
Yeah.
he's in Amman, Jordan, filming a movie right now. He was quarantined, but then they released him to go to the movie set. And now we were talking from two separate places in Tucson, and we were talking to him from Amman, Jordan, and we're all on the same screen together. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
You know
amazing.
what's so funny? I gotta do this real quick though.
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta grab some of my trunk for you guys. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, for
Oh,
5
we'll-
seconds.
I'm
We're
waiting.
here.
We love it. See, I love this.
Dude,
He's on the road, and he pulled over to talk to us. How cool is that?
That's hilarious.
This is so cool.
You know what, guys?
What?
I'm telling you the truth. My goal is what I do is I want to go around. Well, I wanted to till this coronavirus started. I
Mhm.
wanted to go to schools and talk to kids anywhere.
Yes.
I got a great story to tell, but you know, it'll happen one day.
Mhm.
But this is it right here.
Oh my God! That is just wait.
What
hold
is
it.
that?
That's it's. Hold that again. Let me see that again. I can't. It's not on
Making
the-
of the
I can't see it on the screen.
making of the King Holiday Award.
Okay. Yes. The making
January
of the
12th. What was the year on that? 1982, something like that.
January 13th, 1992.
Yeah. Yeah, the
I
making
got
of the
98 too, right?
King Holiday. Yeah.
But
Right.
anyways, I carry
Yes.
that with me all the time because I love going. Well, I mean, I do it mostly on reservations, and I get the kids around. You know, and I tell them stories.
Yeah.
And then
Sure.
at the end, when I'm done talking to them, I go, now let me show you something, so you don't forget. Every time you kids celebrate Native American Day, you met the guy that did it, and
Yeah.
the King holiday.
Yeah.
And then I let them pass this around, and they put their energy into it. And then I
Yeah.
put it back in the trunk of my car.
Yeah. For the next time. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love it, man.
So
Yeah.
you're thinking about going around to schools, huh?
I would love to. I mean, I
Just
would love
around
to. That's
America,
what-
just around North America, or
I don't care.
Everywhere.
Anywhere.
That's
Anyone
another-
that would have me, I'd be there in a heartbeat
Yeah.
because that's my goal. And now
Yeah.
that you know, I'll be 60 in December.
wow.
And yeah, just give me a group of kids for an hour and we'll have fun.
That's what I be doing too. I was doing it in Los Angeles at Grant High School. Every 10 weeks I would go. There was a career day, and the teacher, Miss Goldberg, she would have me come every career day, every 10 weeks, and talk to all the kids about different careers. They had a fireman would come in, and they would have a whole assembly, and a fireman would have a table here, and police would have a table here, or cooks would have a table. Different professions, and I had a table for actors, and
Right.
I would speak to the kids in her classroom, and then we would go out to our table in the assembly or wherever, and speaking to those kids, Lynn, as you know, is one of the greatest treasures in the world.
Oh man.
Those
Telling you.
kids, you can influence the young mind of a child. That's the other thing, like Kyle and I were talking about, a dream of ours also is to team up with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And okay, here, I can't talk about the terminally ill kids. Well,
Yeah. I know we used
I
to do it
can't
all the time when we go to
Yeah.
rodeos. We go to cancer centers and talk to kids, and that was the hardest thing for me to do is going there. And these kids. I mean, going in those hospitals and stuff, and it was like, wow,
Right.
And then going through that, just like I go to the VA, If I
Yeah.
get to feeling bad, I'll go to the VA. Like I'm gonna be speaking not too long from now about veterans killing themselves with PTSD.
Yeah. Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter where we can go as far as subjects and things like that. Been
Yeah.
there, done it. I tell everybody I've been everywhere but the electric chair, and I've seen everything but the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell
Ain't
you,
scared.
to see suffering children, I haven't been able to process that in my brain. It just hurts me so much that I can't do anything for these children. And I just do whatever I can, make a wish
Right,
come true or something, anything. I would give them my life if I could just do something for them.
right.
It's just
And it's
it's not
just
about
like
me anymore. It's about the kids,
right.
man.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about us anymore.
It's the
We've been there,
kids,
done
man.
it. It's for the kids, man.
And not my kid, your kid, everybody's
Right.
kids.
Yeah. And you think about, I mean, we lost what 70,000 people in a little over 2 months.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of grandkids and kids and
Yes.
whatever that
And
are still in shock over this.
families of these people
Right,
that are
exactly.
hurting. So 70,000 means millions of hurting people. To
Bingo.
be a family, it's whatever,
Yeah.
And it's
So I don't know what's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, but I guarantee it's gonna happen.
yeah. There you go. It's definitely going to happen. For sure.
Yeah, our whole generation is gonna change after this whole thing's over. So
So what do you suggest, Kyle?
Yeah. Yeah.
suggest, I don't know. On
Well,
what?
youth usually have youth know everything. See.
Suggest, I mean, I say us three take a freaking road trip, meet somewhere, and hit up schools and tell us about what we're doing and how we're doing it.
See,
That's
that'd
how
be
I
fun.
suggest it.
Enter me up. I'm there.
Yeah.
Dude,
Let's
make it
go.
happen.
Yeah,
We do a whole like live with Kyle and Alex and Lynn tour.
Yeah.
that'll work. That'll work.
And-
Ain't scared. Got wheels, will move.
Exactly. Exactly. And I have this book I wrote, a 46-page book called Go Home, A Guide to Achieving Your Goals While Dealing with Life's Inconveniences. And it tells, I'm trying to teach kids how easy it is to find a career that they love so much. They may want to pay them to do the career, but nobody knows how to look within themselves and find a career. Because up to 98% of the world are stuck in jobs they hate because they don't know how to look for a job they love. Like my dad spent 37 years, 6 months, and 19 days on a job he hated, but it was paying the bills. And that's up to 98% of the world. And it is so easy. It's in my book, Go Home. How to find a career that you would pay them. You love it so much, but no
Yeah.
one knows how to look within themselves. And that's something I want to teach the kids because it's so simple. I won't, go into it now, but anyway, it's so simple. Things I want to teach the kids. Like I said, it's not about me anymore. When I was Kyle's age, it was all about me. But now it's about these kids, man. And I tell you, I would, in a thousandth of a heartbeat, I would give these kids my life, any one of them, but to pass it on to these kids. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I get a little
You're
crazy
good, you're
talking about
fine,
these
you're
kids,
fine.
man. Yeah.
You're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Are you still doing rodeos? Are you still doing rodeos and such?
No, I retired in year 2000.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's how long it's been since. What's that?
Would you go back and do it again?
Hey, I mean, I make an appearance or two at a rodeo, sign some autographs, talk to a bunch of old friends, but
Yeah.
I did my mark in rodeo, and
Yeah. Getting
You know,
back
it's
on
kinda-
those
it's-
bulls.
I mean, it's kind of like asking Terry Bradshaw, "You still play football?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, you get hurt. I mean, I'm pretty broke up, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, I did stunts for a while. Didn't get broke up, and not only did it for about 3 years, and then acting started happening. But yeah, when you get to a certain age, you don't want to be banged around anymore.
No,
Yeah,
no.
like I think you getting on one of those bulls and
Oh,
falling off. Yeah,
no,
it's
no, 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 no,
not today.
no. But what I liked about fighting bulls and being a rodeo clown, I got paid every performance.
There you go.
I mean, riding them, you gotta ride, then you gotta place, get some money.
Yes,
Right.
But
absolutely.
all those bull riders, I'd have like 10, 15 of them staying in my room because I had a room. Oh man, it's crazy, but it was nice that I always had a plane ticket. I was out of there. I didn't
Yeah,
just work the
absolutely.
weekends, and I had the week off. But that
Yeah.
goes back to what you was talking about, doing something that you was
That
able
you
to
love.
do that was fun. It wasn't really,
Yes.
you're getting paid. It's
Ye-
like, oh yeah, I forgot to
Absolutely.
pick up my check. One of those deals.
Yeah,
And that's what I want to do with public speaking, because it's, some things come natural to you.
mhm.
Next thing you go, well, I got to write a speech. No, I don't. I
Yeah.
just give me a stage and I've got this handled,
Yeah, absolutely. Usually when you write the speech, you go off script anyway.
Oh, I can't do that. I try so many times. I'm going, okay, stay focused, stay on point, stay da.
Yeah,
Nah.
you know,
Once I start
Absolutely.
talking, the spirit comes in me and I'm off and running.
absolutely. And there's something else I think that I'm sure you do this yourself. It's when we're talking to kids or even adults, what people need to know that I really don't think they know is about there were a lot of black cowboys
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
back in the day that had
Yeah.
in the movies you would never see in the 1800s a black family with a nice spread, as they used to call them, a ranch or something, ranching in with a family. You would never see that. Like the
Well,
Bill.
see, Hollywood kind of screwed that up a lot because the word cowboy came from "Hey boy, there's a cow over here." Hey boy, the word cowboy is slang. I mean, it's like being called a nigger,
Yeah, exactly.
because the whites were called wranglers and drovers.
Wranglers. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true.
drovers.
That is true.
No,
But
it is true.
Yeah, but they were back there at that era that people don't really know. They
Right,
you know,
exactly.
when you see the John Wayne movies or whatever, we're never depicted. And this is what I think the kids need to know. Some
Absolutely.
of the things that we don't know, that they've never been taught.
Right. And the thing I want to touch on this too. Have you ever noticed in America they talk about the black vote, the Asian vote, the Mexican vote, but you ever hear CNN talking about the Indian vote?
No.
I've never heard
You
that.
ever hear them talking about
Never.
Indians at all?
Never.
See, we're the dinosaurs of the American race.
Yes. And it was your
And that's
right.
that's the bullshit I get sick of.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Do you know, I never even thought about that. How no one says anything about the Indians. It's always, not even about a vote. If they're speaking about anything, if they're speaking, they'll say black and brown people, or people of color. People of color kind of touches on them, but it's not, specific enough. But
we're not even invited to the table. I mean, how sad is I found out today that Ireland is helping Navajo Nation with Corona, not the United States. Check that story out. Ireland's donating money to the Navajo Nation, not the United States.
Now, who's doing that?
The country of Ireland.
Oh, Ireland. That's what I thought you said, Ireland. Yeah, right.
How sad is that? And here we are the Navajo code talkers. If it wasn't for them, we'd have lost World War II.
Yes, a lot of people don't know about the code walkers. That's something else.
Talkers, speakers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of people.
Not walkers, talkers. And we have Sioux code talkers. you know, they used our language because the Japanese couldn't handle it.
Exactly.
They're like, what are they talking about?
Won the war. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And people don't know about that.
Exactly.
Amazing. Amazing.
I ain't mad at anybody, but the shit needs to stop.
And people need educations, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is so amazing. It is extremely amazing. But
Education, that's when I speak, the title of my speaks are called Education Creates Reconciliation.
Right. Absolutely.
Because without education, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
Yeah.
This the world we're living in, Lynn. It's the world.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
But yeah, man, we really need to hook up maybe and do some stuff, and get, I'm really interested in checking out South Dakota,
I've been to Arizona quite a bit. Do you know that?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I've been to Arizona quite a bit.
Oh, is that right?
Well,
okay.
I figured you have been since you're a Western, but
no, I stationed in the Marine Corps in Yuma.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's
other side of the state. Yeah. But yeah, we used to drive to Phoenix all the time, and we used to rodeo down there, rodeo arena called Gilbert's Arena in Phoenix. And then a friend of mine runs a Wild Wild West show from South Dakota. His name's T.C. Thornton in Phoenix. But yeah.
So what are you in? I don't know if I asked you what you're in the Hall of Fame, right? What Hall of Fame are you in? A Hall of Fame? We talked about that, didn't we?
I'm being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay, that's July. What it was. That's what it was. Okay, yeah.
And if you go to cowboysofcolor.org, you'll see it all there.
Oh, okay.
Do you speak any native language?
Yeah, I speak my native tongue.
Do you think what does it sound like? You think you can give an example?
Sure. Okay.
Ask Colin.
I'm just trying. I'm doing. I'm not even speaking it, but it's like I don't know. Chani Wajima cool. That's probably something simple. I always teach. Well, I shouldn't probably on a kids show, but Chani Wajima cool be like a smoke. Cigarette. McCool's friend or something like that,
Right.
Yeah. Ihunktuan, that's what I am. I'm Ihunktuan. I'm Yankton Sioux. You have, we speak with different dialects like the L, D, and N.
Yeah.
And if you go to L's for Lakota, D's for Nakota. I'm a Nakota. See, I'm a Yankton Sioux. There's our logo right there.
Oh,
okay. That's our tribal logo. And so I'm a Yankton Sioux, and then the res I'm on right now, they're Dakotas. And if you ever want to know some cool ass history, the largest hanging in America, it's called the Dakota 38, where Lincoln ordered 38 plus 2 to be hung.
Plus 2. Jeez. Wow.
So, at one time.
Oh boy.
On Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
Abraham Lincoln did that.
Whoa.
That's why if I get a penny in my pocket, I throw it.
Oh, a penny. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I can't stand Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta read that story. I mean, you just punch in Dakota 38 plus 2 and watch a few videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. And every year we ride horses all the way from Crow Creek. This is in the wintertime. Wow. All the way from Crow Creek. Oh, yeah. All the way to Mankato, Minnesota. And then they do the Bigfoot ride from up in North Dakota all the way down to Pine Ridge. Horseback.
Oh, but you definitely
hundreds of miles horseback in the wintertime.
So how do you stay warm? I mean, how do you deal with that weather in the winter that far, traveling that far? I mean, you just make campfires and, warm clothes. I mean, being from Hollywood, California, I just couldn't imagine that,
I mean, nowadays, they have people along the ways where they stop and stay in people's houses
Okay,
or hotels.
gotcha.
Nowadays they do.
Yeah.
But
the
back
covered
then,
wagon days.
I couldn't imagine living in a teepee just
Yeah.
150 years ago
Yeah.
in a blizzard or a tornado or something like that. It just
Back in
blows
the
my
covered
mind to this
wagon
day.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like,
Yeah. Those old days must have been.
I mean, when I did the Lewis and Clark, we slept on the ground every
Really?
night. Yeah, and when I rode a horse, I'm the only person since York to ride a horse across the Rockies 200 years before him or after him. That's a fact.
I mean,
I'm the only person.
I mean, it was an understatement when I said at the opening that this man has done a lot of things. This is just amazing.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, you're quite a fascinating human being, and
Yes, you guys are too. Don't kid yourself. Don't be joking around there. But I want to eventually. When I've been writing my book, and everybody said, "Lynn, you're just fucking crazy," Excuse my language, but and then I said, "Well, if I change the F to a B, that's marketable." So now the name of my book's going to be Just Bucking Crazy.
Bucking crazy.
Just bucking crazy.
I guess you bucked a little bit.
And crazy too, hey.
Yeah. Some say you got to be crazy to be bucking.
Well, whatever it is.
When is your book getting published?
Well, I'm
When's
still
your
working
book
on
getting published?
Hopefully, I got about another year left. I think it'll be done in a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what I've been doing is I've been going and interview. I'm not writing it. I'm just interviewing people, key people in my life to tell the good, the bad of me, and the honest stuff.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm not ashamed of anything I've done in my life. I've lived life.
There you go.
I haven't killed anybody, nothing like that. But I have lived life. I know what the inside of a jail looks like. I'll tell you that. Ain't scared to say that either.
Yeah.
But everybody does things. Gotta live and learn.
Yeah.
Every single day, right?
What's that?
What'd you say, Kyle?
Well,
What was?
Alex, you got any more questions for Mr. Lynn Smith? Got any more questions?
Actually, I got a list here. I don't know if I've been through all of them here, but we talked about Hall of Fame.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, we did Cherokee Kid. Okay. I'm pretty much covered quite a bit here, but I think we'll never cover all of Lynn's life. We'd have to come back 5 or 6 or 7 more times.
We're good. I'm good if you're good.
I got one more thing to ask. What's next up for you, Lynn?
What's what?
What's next up for you? Got anything on the fire coming up?
Well, July I'm going to be inducted there, and then right now I'm just because of the virus. I don't really want to go too far.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm just living one day at a time right now.
There you go. But again, Lynn, I gotta thank you again. What a pleasure it is for you to be
from changing phone calls to
I love it. But to be on the way home and pull off on the side of the road just for us.
There you go. Well, Lynn, thank you guys for having me.
No, it was a pleasure, and to know that you thought that much of us in this show to do that, pull on the side of the road when you're on the way home. People normally say, "Hey, man, I'm on the way home. Don't bother me, man. Don't bother me. When I get home, I'll talk to you on the couch, maybe." I'm not pulling over. I'm going home see my kids. But
I tell you what though, I'm thankful, guys. I really am. And we will get together and meet personally.
All righty. Hey, God bless, man.
Hey, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Should,
hey, we got to get together and do something. And I want to get there to South Dakota and hang out a little bit.
Well, we can sit down and have a cold one together.
There you go.
A cold, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
And
or whatever.
Exactly.
You should get us hooked up with Andre. We'll get him on the show too.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, I'll text you his phone number,
All right.
his cell number, you guys.
Cool it.
Or I'll just have him call you. How's that sound?
Be great. Great.
And you know what? You should get a hold of Baba Tunde too.
Oh, yes. We worked together on, I worked with him on a film.
I'll tell you what I do. I'll send you. Do you have Glenn Turman's number?
Okay, kill it.
I had it a gazillion years ago.
Guys, welcome to the live Q&A with Kyle and Alex. Today we have Lynn Hart. What's going on, Lynn?
Hey, how you guys doing? How's it going, guys?
All right.
Pretty good, pretty good.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
All
I'm
right.
great. Thank you very much, man.
Looking
Yeah.
good.
I appreciate you staying up with us at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
over
Oh,
South
that's
Coast.
right. Yeah, you're ahead of us.
Oh, yeah, 10 o'clock. I don't usually go to bed till 1 or 2, so I'm cool.
Okay, so we're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are safe.
Yeah.
So, Alex, you want to, did you want to say anything real quick before we start getting guests? And
as fascinating as Lynn is, he may not get to go to bed till 2 or 3. As fascinating as he is with all those questions, you know. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good, brother. I don't matter to me. I'm ready to rock and roll and rodeo and violence and crime, you know.
There you go. All right. Yes.
So, if you guys have any questions, you can text us or email us, or you can email us at livewithkyleandalex@gmail.com. And then let me pull up the texting number real fast.
All right.
Should be 520-362. Bear with me as I lost the number here.
How things go, you know, you do that kind of stuff.
520-329-2567 is the texting number. You can text us questions. You can chat us on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, and Periscope. So that once again, that number is 520-329-2567. So Lynn, do you want to talk to us and keep this conversation rolling while we get viewers to keep looking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. I just wanted to say thanks a lot for having me. And you know, like I said, you know, I can't wait for you guys to come to South Dakota. I'm really excited about that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know.
Oh, also, isn't there something you wanted to bring to our attention about the Navajo? Well, not the Navajo. I'm sorry, not Navajo.
Oh,
The Sioux Nation. Yeah, to bring to the world's attention of what's happening or not happening there.
well,
That should be happening.
you know what's not happening is that today I was watching MSNBC and they were talking about the unemployment rate because of COVID.
Mhm.
And they said the white males unemployment rate is at 15% and the white females rate is at 16% and the black man's rate is at 18% and the Asian rate is at 19% or whatever. And you know, and then they mention everybody but us Indians.
Right.
You know, America never talks about the American Indian at all. When was the last time you seen an Indian on a plane, train, bus? You know, and every time you see us, you think we always got to have beads and buckskin and eagle feathers. But you know, that's not us, really. I mean, we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're Harvard graduates. You know, and we're still people will still want to keep us in back in the 1800s.
Exactly.
And not only that, it really makes me mad that CNN, you watch TV, you pay attention. Do you let me know if they say, well, the Native American vote is, or the American Indian, or however you want to call us, but the American Indian is a forgotten race of people who once with pride and harmony inhabited this land, but today are roaming out of sight and out of mind like the American buffalo. And that is no shit. And
You
I'm
know,
sick
it is
of
amazing.
it, America.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing that you say that because I I've never thought of that. In years, it had never hit me that the Native American is never mentioned in any of the statistic that I can remember. Unemployment or in food lines or if, healthcare or anything. It's amazing that you say that. And I'm glad you said that because I never thought about it, and I'm not the only one
Well,
that never thought about
you know, one of the reasons why I got out of the stunt industry. Okay, do you remember that movie called Amistad?
it. Oh yeah, Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Steven Spielberg and Debbie Allen was. We
Mhm.
all stand in line because I was going to jump off that ship and get 10 grand to jump. And I said, I'll do it, you know, chained up and all that.
Mhm.
And I'm standing there in line. Debbie Allen comes up to me and she goes, now, brother, you're Indian. We're looking for black men. I said, I'm black and Indian. She goes, I said, it depends upon my background. If I'm standing behind a bunch of black, in front of a bunch of black people, I look Indian. If I'm standing uh, in front of a bunch of Indians, I look black. You know, but the point is, ever since that happened to me, and Steven Spielberg and Debbie Allen wouldn't let me get on Amistad to do stunts, I packed up my bags, left LA, and came home.
So, Lynn.
Yeah,
So I got one question. Someone texted in. Michelin. Uh,
it's big man.
yeah, yeah. Her question is, how was your feelings when you approached the legislator of South Dakota regarding MLK's birthday?
How was my feelings?
Yeah.
At the time, I was scared. I was the only one going in there by myself. I walked into Pier by myself in a blizzard. I had a meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning in committee room 315. And I was the only one there that signed in that day. I walked in with nothing. That same day, I walked out with 2 state holidays. We used to have in South Dakota called Pioneer Day or Columbus Day.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that in South Dakota. We have Native American Day. So they gave me, you know, the conversation was kind of funny because they were like, Lynn, you know, we got to go to lunch. You know, uh, we got, you know, we've heard this argument for Dr. King before, but what you're trying to say, Lynn, is that because on the other half of you, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, all that, are you proposing that we have a separate holiday?
Yeah.
I said, look, guys, I'm up for having Lutefisk Day for the Norwegians, but you know, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Right.
And in South Dakota, you know, the white man didn't create South Dakota. You guys came here, we didn't go there. So yeah, there should be a day separately recognizing the American Indians in South Dakota. So Governor Mickelson, he said, not only will I give Lynn Hart Native American Day, uh, I'm also going to give him the Martin Luther King holiday, and I'm going to call it Year in Reconciliation. So on one day, I walked in there. By the 12 hours later, I created 2 state holidays in one legislative session. I'm the only man in history that's ever walked into any Capitol building by himself and walked out with 2 state holidays in one day of
Oh,
24 hours.
amazing, amazing.
Crazy.
It wasn't me that did it. I'm telling you, I just got in the way. Everybody knows who it was.
Mm.
I was just the messenger.
Yeah,
So,
you
so
were quite a messenger.
what's the relations between the Cherokee and the African American?
Cherokee.
Yeah,
You mean the Cherokee?
Cherokee
Oh,
Indians. Sorry.
oh, oh.
Oh, you're
I
talking
was
about
wondering about
oh,
karaoke. I'm going.
I was
Oh,
like karaoke in the oh no, I'm just teasing. Uh the relationship.
Yeah, like are you guys? Yeah.
A lot well, there's no difference in the relationship with the Seminole Indians in Florida. You know, there are a lot, I mean, there are a lot of black Indians in Florida. Uh I mean, it was slavery and the Trail of Tears and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of blacks moved out west after slavery and all that, and intermingled with the American Indian. Matter of fact, there's books written called Black Indians. And a friend of mine, Art Burton, wrote a book called Red, Black, and Deadly.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Quite a title.
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, it is quite title. And actually, when he gave me that book, I says, you know what? I can relate, you know, because, like I said before, half of me was brought in on a slave ship. The other half was already here.
Yeah.
And so my ancestors, through their sweat equity, created this country, and my other ancestors let them do it.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So,
So
Alex, you
there's
got
a
any more
lot of
questions?
equity.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So I just like to call it sweat equity.
There you go.
Equity.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm curious. Lynn, do you have any plans for after the pandemic is over, or just playing it by ear?
I want to go to on a public speaking tour.
Ah, that's good.
I want to take the award and I want to tell stories. I want to go to any school and colleges. I don't care. Give me an audience and I'll tell them the truth. It's going to hurt, but it's going to be honest.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you know what? Because when you get all this hate and killing people and cops killing brothers and man, it's scary. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd have to have a bodyguard probably.
Yeah.
Because they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's scary to have to say it, because if I drove down to Tucson to see you guys or anywheres, I get pulled over and I'm like, can get out? Sure, no problem. Don't shoot me. Hands are up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's not funny, because that's scary.
Yeah. Very scary.
It's called education, educating people.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, guys, I mean, education does create reconciliation. And that's what it's all about. If you know more about me than I know about you, then we can sit down and agree to disagree, or just, understand each other.
Yeah. And I think that, yeah, absolutely. And that that goes with everything. You gotta just understand people and the way it goes. Even during this time, the pandemic's just, it's crazy right now. Everybody is freaking out. But
everybody's stressed.
Yeah, a lot of stress and people losing jobs and stuff. But you just gotta you gotta stay calm. You gotta stay calm.
Yeah. And I think the time we're in now with the pandemic, we all have to slow down and think. So now is the time to get educated on things.
Well, we don't have to slow down. We get to, because we're still alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now is the time we're not as busy as we would like to be, or like I like to say, one of the things I say about the pandemic is God has cleared our schedule. We didn't have time for that.
Oh yeah.
We have never had time for him. We were too busy. So now God has cleared our schedule, and God is saying, okay, you're sitting at home with not very much of anything to do. So can we talk now? And hope a lot of people will talk, and then a lot of people won't talk to him.
Right.
But until we decide to talk to God and get our thinking right, it's, we're not going to go very far until people are willing to do that and look at people as people. And not what things, speaking of what people think about people, how things can go awry. So I saw this story on YouTube last night. It was true. I forgot where it was, but this police officer was talking about an incident that happened. I think I just told Kyle about this earlier today. This guy, this couple was leaving home and they were going shopping, and they saw this pit bull, and this pit bull was coming at them, and they thought the pit bull was going to attack them, but the pit bull was friendly, and the pit bull followed them to this store, and they were trying to shoot a pit bull away, but the pit bull kept following them. So they went shopping. They came out of the store and the pit bull was gone. So they went back home, and these people knocked on one of their neighbors knocked on their door and said, "Did you see our dog? He's a pit bull." And they said, "Oh yeah, we saw the dog. He followed us to the store. We tried to shoo him away. They came out and the dog was gone."
Right.
So the guy that knocked on the door got mad at this couple, and he swore up and down they had his dog and was lying to him. And they got mad. He got mad at him, so he left. But he came back with 8 people, and he knocked on the guy's door, and the guy came out of the house with his wife, and he's standing on the porch. And make a long story short, they got into an argument, and these guys started coming at him to hurt him. And this guy had a gun, and he shot 3 of them. One of them died, and the other 2 are in critical condition, and the rest of them ran. But about an hour after the shooting, they found out the guy never had the dog. A kid took the dog from the store and took him about 5 miles away. But when he found out what happened, he brought the dog back. To make a long story short, this guy actually came to this guy's house because he thought he had his dog with no proof. And because he thought he had the dog with no proof at all, he got killed, and 2 of his friends got shot and maybe died over something that he thought that was not even the case. And it never had to happen. And he would have never died, and maybe these other people hadn't died. The guy got his dog back. All he had to do was go to the police, and they would have gotten his dog for them. So I said that to say what we think about people can get us in a whole big situation that shouldn't happen, and a lot of people can die. So I think before we start looking at people and thinking things about them that aren't really true, I think we need to think about that. So until we start using our brains, a lot of things are going to happen that really shouldn't happen. But anyway, just had to throw that out there.
Lynn, appreciate you joining us tonight once again.
Yes, always appreciate you, kiddo.
Guys, if you want to be on, if you want to talk with us, if you want to be on with Live with Kyle and Alex, be sure to email us at liveWithKyleandAlex@gmail.com. Once again, that is liveWithKyleandAlex@gmail.com. You can also text us at 520-329-2567 if you have any questions, thoughts, comments on any ideas on the show, people you want to see, all that jazz. So, Monday night, we have a very, 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 very exciting guest all the way from Portland, Oregon. She is a prop maker and a makeup designer or artist. So it's gonna be a fun show. She's been in Grimm. She's done a lot of TV, a lot of shows, just makeup really, and she's just started her own haunt as in like a couple of years back. So we're gonna be on Monday night with Live with Kyle and Alex every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, and Periscope.
All righty, and thank you guys. Thank everybody for watching, and thanks, Glenn.
Have a good night.
Did I say Glenn or Lynn? I think I said Glenn. Oh my God! Let me slap myself here. Thanks.
Well, thanks, guys, and
We
good
appreciate
night.
it.